folks, and welcome to the channel. In our shop today is a 2008 Chevy Tahoe. We're going to install a 3.5-inch lift on the front. We also put 2 inches in the rear, so make sure you check out that video as well. Before you get started, you're going to want to round up a set of metric wrenches, some metric sockets, and a big Ophi pry bar. So let's get started.
Disconnect the wheel speed sensor wiring harness and unclip the wiring from the upper control arm. Then remove the brake line bracket from the upper control arm. Remove the sway bar link by pulling out that long bolt from the bottom. Disconnect the brake caliper from the steering knuckle and safely secure it out of the way. Loosen that upper ball joint nut, then whack the spindle with a mallet to unseat it. Then remove the nut from the tie rod end and strike the spindle there to pop it loose. Then you can finish disconnecting the upper ball joint. We stuck a pry bar through the control arm to help ease it apart. Disconnect the lower shock mount from the control arm, then remove the 3 upper strut mount nuts. Now you can wiggle the strut out of the vehicle. Over at the bench, install the upper strut spacer under the top of the strut, and mark the upper mounting studs where they stick out from the top of the strut spacer. With an angle grinder, trim the tops of the mounting studs below your marks. Take care that you leave enough thread so that the mounting nuts can make 8 full turns onto the studs before they are seated. Next, you'll want to run the included Allen bolts through the bottom side of the spacer. These will act as the mounting studs once the strut assembly is installed back in the vehicle. Reinstall the strut spacer back onto the strut using the factory mounting nuts and tighten them to 37 foot-pounds. Slide the strut back into the vehicle. Slide that lower strut spacer between the strut and the control arm. Install the included bolts into the lower strut mount. A light tap from the hammer might be necessary to persuade them in. Especially on 4-wheel drive models, make sure that they're installed from the top side. Install the included nuts and washers to the upper strut mount and run them down to 37 foot-pounds. Reattach the upper ball joint and tighten its nut to 37 foot-pounds. Reattach the tie rod end and run its nut down to 44 foot-pounds. Attach the brake caliper to the steering knuckle and torque its bolts to 122 foot-pounds. Reattach the brake line to the upper control arm. Plug in the wheel speed sensor and clip its wiring to the control arm. Install the sway bar link and tighten its bolt to 17 foot-pounds.
So we got the 3.5-inch lift on the front of our Tahoe, and we're really happy how that turned out. We also put 2 inches in the rear, so make sure you do check out that video as well. If you liked this video, please hit like. If this is the first time you've checked out our channel, please hit subscribe. As always, if you have any questions at all about any of our products, please don't hesitate to give us a call. We've been at this a long time, so if you have a question, we'll have an answer. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.